Hey guys, back with another Maplestory video here. This time, another Lotus attempt. This is actually our fourth day full attempt since rebalance, but this is only the third one I'm posting. Our third run, we was kind of scuffed. We introduced new people. Our bishop wasn't on voice chat, so it wasn't as productive as we would like. So this one was, everyone was here. We were ready to go. So a much better attempt overall. We talked changing strategy. We got kind of our best finish overall, but we only get about 2 runs per full buff, and that's all we're doing. This is going to be our last run of the week. We're not going to run this weekend. It's a 3-day weekend. We had a lot going on with Fort and CRA and stuff, so this is our last one, and we made a few changes, right? My last video, we talked about how we started on the right side near the stairs, worked our way left. This was our first attempt of the day, so we decided let's pop benediction right off the bat and get off to a good start. Since we are running 2 bishops, it just allows us, to avoid those early deaths, not really have to worry about bomb management within that first kind of 40 seconds. And then 40 seconds in, once benediction's down, me and the Phantom go up, use our synchros, kind of gatekeep the bombs a little bit, allow everyone sort of to just focus on DPSing and, allow us to use our utility and support to handle the bombs. So about a minute in, no deaths, feeling good about the start, right? He's getting down. He got down pretty quickly, good DPS, especially since we're only running 2 bishops who are full support. I don't know what happened right there. I kind of got messed up. I think what we realized was this run, we swapped out our Kaiser, and we really felt it with our bomb management after that first minute. We were pretty low on AoE classes, so we really struggled and kind of noticed that between first and second run. So we kind of had some early deaths, had to use res early on, but we kind of still pushed through, right? 10 deaths, still going at it a little bit. But this is kind of where we start to fall apart. I think we call for benediction early on, right here, the second benediction, just to kind of get us back on track once our bishop comes alive, I think. But this is kind of the weird point, that second minute where we don't know if we should use our second benediction. A lot of our big burst cooldowns are down, and we kind of just fall apart real quick. I died twice. Very unfortunate. Again, we struggled with bombs this first run, and it really showed. And now that I watch it back a little bit, I don't think we ever got that second benediction. I think we fell apart real quickly, and I forgot to call for it. Kind of 2.5 minutes in, we should have had that second one, so that was my bad on my part. I don't think we ever called for TL either for the reses, so kind of a lot of things that we talked about that we could improve on, I could improve on, was paying more attention to that second benediction when we kind of get in trouble, because it's, we're kind of using it as a last resort sort of situation when bombs start to get away from us within that 3-minute time frame, because after 3 minutes, a lot of our big offensive cooldowns come back up, like the Nightwalker V1, our Shades V1, Divine Echo. So if we can get those 2 benedictions within that first 3-minute time frame, we're usually set up for success with that next rotation where we have that third benediction coming back up off of cooldown. But never used it, I don't think. I think we never called for TL either. So it kind of, we got to 50%, but not as good as we wanted. So the second run, a few things we made talked about differently was we waited on that first benediction a little bit, right? So we let our kind of big cleave bursty damage just take care of the bombs on its own. And it actually worked out a lot better for us, because it felt like that first benediction was kind of wasted because bombs weren't really an issue. So you see it's not up first 20 seconds. We're working our way left. We could have held on to it for a little bit longer, but I wanted to play it safe right here. So I think I call for it right about soon. And yep, there it is right there, benediction. So we're all kind of just hovering around. We're talking about saving our iframes while we're saving our iframes right here and just focusing on surviving and not tanking those lasers. Me and the Phantom actually do use our synchros right here to kind of gatekeep a little bit more. and just allow us get into a little bit of better flow, rhythm, get off to a better start, right? So the damage kind of actually, if I compare the first two, that first minute, both ways, we still got around to kind of that E of Black Heaven's core up there. So, both ways still worked, but I think you'll notice this kind of second minute we'll do a little bit better surviving. We kind of get into some trouble. A lot of us are still working on lasers, right? That's the hardest part, managing portals, managing our iframes, trying to survive the bombs as well. But look, a minute and a half in, we're doing really well. Only one death so far. We never used a mass res, I don't think, or maybe we did. But you'll find out that we soon kind of get into trouble where, again, I forget to call out for TL, right? And those second mass res. So there's our second benediction right there, a little thing that we improved on from that first run around that 2-minute mark. We're still getting deaths, but you see the counter is really high, nine lives still. So we're feeling really good about this one. But then as we start to pick up deaths naturally, right, we use our second res, and I forget to call out for TL, and we end up kind of losing a lot of lives very quickly here. So you see kind of in a little bit, benediction's going to fall. We were still kind of asking for how much time left was on benediction. And as that happened, I think our bishop looked away for a second, ended up dying. And she was joking about it in the voice chat. But then it kind of just falls apart real quick. We use our mass res, I think, right there. And then we don't actually call for TL. So we use both our reses, don't call for TL. And if we did, we would have had would have had 2 more reses. Our benediction would have came off a cooldown in about 30 seconds right here. So it's kind of at that 6.5 minute mark, but I don't call for it, right? I'm kind of just focusing on surviving, paying attention. And we end up losing a lot of less lives very quickly. You can kind of see right here, echoes back up for me. My hammers are up, so we're doing okay with the bombs. But then you'll see we're going to go from 7 lives very quickly, and then we're going to go right here to 6 lives, and then a lot of us are going to die right here, I think. And then we're kind of talking about who has res left. We kind of waste a lot of time. No one has res. I try to tell our Phantom to TL, to res and TL, but we're waiting for that laser in the mid, right, it switched directions, so we couldn't res right there, or we would have instant died. And then by that time, people's res timers ran out, and we ended up getting down to 0 lives very quickly. So very unfortunate. But like I said, if I just called out TL a little bit sooner, and I just called out for those reses, we would have had 2 reses, benediction back up, and we would have lasted much longer. But lesson learned, I think we got a lot of valuable experience. Our strategy was fine. Maybe makes little tweaks here and there, but excited to run again soon. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.